Yeah, well, Metro provided us an update about 45 minutes ago, giving us the very latest information about this deadly shooting that took place around 1:30 this afternoon. They say there's a total of 5 people involved. One person was shot and killed inside of the LVAC here on Rainbow, just south of Lake Mead. The suspect was also shot and transported to UMC, where they later died, and 3 other victims were taken to the hospital. One remains in critical condition tonight. But this investigation continues here at 6 o'clock, several hours after this all unfolded. Again, it's happened around 1:30. I'll give you a live look here at the LVAC. You can see there's still several police units here. Investigators still continuing their work inside and outside of the gym as they try to get to the bottom of what happened here earlier today. Now, police say they responded to shots fired inside of the gym. A person who was working out says they heard 4 to 6 shots near the food counter, which is near the lobby. They say the suspect was walking around with what appeared to be an AR-15. He believes the person who was shot inside was being targeted. After the shooting happened, people fled to take cover, many running outside. Some went to the roof trying to get anywhere they could. A witness saw police who were outside when that suspect walked out armed with that firearm.
They were squatting down, then I heard maybe 1 or 2 shots. Then the suspect came out with the AR. I seen it. He kind of hopped around.
Outside?
Yes, and that's when another 4 or 5 shots went off and they took him down. He didn't die immediately. They actually dragged him to the safety out of the way by the patrol car and did CPR on him.
You saw that happen?
I saw it all happen. I even saw his boots. I remember the boots he had on, cowboy boots, I think, or dress shoes.
Well, that suspect was then transported to UMC, where police say they died. Now back out here live, taking another live look outside the LVAC here on Flamingo. Several police mobile command centers out here as this investigation continues. They did bring a number of those witnesses who were inside there to the parking lot and put them in one corner of their parking lot to ask them questions about what they saw inside of here. But a lot of people still have questions. That gentleman I interviewed earlier today, he has questions about what led up to this shooting, because he says that he believes the person who was shot, the victim inside of this gym, was being targeted at this time. So there's still a lot of lingering questions about that. But we also did reach out to LVAC corporate. They say they are cooperating with the investigators here, providing any video that they can of what unfolded inside. But a lot of people shaken up by this earlier this afternoon. Many people running out, going wherever they could. I know Alyssa Bethencourt, who was out here shortly after this all unfolded as well, she was able to talk to some of those folks who were waiting outside. And Alyssa, you're just down the street from where I'm at. What do they have to say?
Well, Joe, everybody that I spoke with today shared a similar sentiment. They are shaken, overwhelmed, but ultimately grateful to be alive. I mean, just think about it. This was a typical Friday afternoon here at the LVAC. Dozens of people were deep into their workouts, many of them with headphones on, and that's what made this so scary. A lot of the people didn't even recognize the sound of the gunshots. Instead, they confused it for that familiar thud of weights hitting the ground. It wasn't until people saw other gym people running and also the shooter that reality set in. In fact, one man that we spoke with said the shooter was directly in front of him. He says he didn't even have time to think. He instinctively dropped to the ground and dialed 911, just hoping that somebody would come to help.
I was on the running track, and then I heard what sounded like weights dropping, and I turned, and I could see him firing down on this guy over here. Then his gun jammed. And then he just started walking around in circles, and I don't think he knew what to do because he couldn't get it unjammed. And then he just left, and I think that's when the cops got him.
And as Joe mentioned, all throughout the afternoon, we've watched as people slowly exited the gym, each one of them visibly shaken. One of those people was Anthony Velasquez. He described absolute chaos inside, people screaming, sprinting toward any door they could find, just desperate to get out and desperate to be reunited with their loved ones. In fact, our camera was actually rolling at the exact moment Anthony spotted his brother, the very first time he'd seen him since the shooting started.
It's kind of hard to process everything right now. It's like, I don't want to say it's like bad, but I really can't. I don't have any emotions going through right now. I feel like I need time to sit with it, I guess. But it feels great to have him hug me and, you know, have that the warmth of a loved one.
Yeah, he kept saying he was in shock, but intense moments here at the LVAC near Lake Mead and Rainbow. Metro Police have confirmed that 2 people are dead. One of them, the suspect, and several others are injured. Keep in mind, this area near the gym is expected to be closed off for several hours as police continue their investigation. This is a massive crime scene, so as you can imagine, this is going to take some time to clear out. Patricia, again, the feeling here today just incredibly somber for everybody that witnessed what unfolded inside the gym.
Alyssa, thank you. And we reached out to the LVAC for a statement, and their spokesperson sent us a response. It reads in part, quote, "We are fully cooperating with law enforcement by providing video footage of the incident to help in their investigation. We don't have any other details about the situation right now. We are just praying for the safety of everyone impacted. Thank you for your understanding and support." And this is a live look at the traffic camera on Rainbow and Vegas. You can see right there, police have blocked it off, so we want you to avoid that area.